ولا تقف ما ليس لك به علم إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا.
And do not accept anything that you have no knowledge thereof. Indeed, you have the hearing, the eyesight, and the mind, and you are responsible for using them.
So what are semiprimes? These notes are taken from the wiki page. And in mathematics, a semiprime, also called biprime or two almost prime or PQ number, is a natural number that is the product of two not necessarily distinct prime numbers. In the RSA, Rivets, Shamir, and Edelman factoring challenge, RSA Security offered prizes from 1991 for the factoring of specific large semi-primes, and several prizes were awarded. The most recent such challenge was closed in 2007. So it's a tremendous task to factor out the primes of a semi-prime. That means that there are the two primes that have been multiplied together and create a semi-prime. That direction is easy. Multiplying two numbers is easy. However, once you got the product and you want to factor it out into two primes, then it becomes a very challenging task. It's a very formidable mathematical task to factor out large semi-primes. And so one can go through this RSA challenge, factoring challenge on the web and on wiki pages. There are several wiki pages for that. You can go ahead and study about that, but it's an extremely daunting task to factor out the semi-primes. And so these semi-primes are used for encryption of your bank accounts, any kind of navigation systems that people do not want somebody else to know about it, like satellites and space crafts and self-driving cars and all kinds of different things that needs security issues that need to be hidden from the public. So hackers cannot hack into the system and take control of different various things that's supposed to be records and that has to be private, and nobody wants to leave that door open for the hackers to log in.
Okay, so some semi-primes, I listed them here. In the same way, they're composite, so we have to make a table to realize their index. The 19th one is actually 55, and
as we just saw in the previous slide, the 19th semi-prime is 55, and 55 is equal 5 times 11. Those are the two prime factors. And concatenation of 5 and 11 yields 511, and that's equal to 7 times 73. This number 773 is the index of Gaussian prime 12907. And note here that this Gaussian prime, remember now Gaussian primes are the primes that are neither divisible by any number except one in themselves in the real integers, but also they cannot be factored out in the complex domain. Okay, they have the form of 4n plus 3. Note that the sum of the digits of 12907 is 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 0 plus 7 is equal to 19. remember now, it goes back to 7430. Over it is 19. So 12907 happens to be an Emir, which means that if you write it backwards, it's also going to be another prime number. And its index is 361. So 361 is equal to 19 times 19 is the 114th semi-prime. And recall that the Quran has 114 chapters. And the Emir of 12907 is 70921, and it is the 1012th such prime number. And 1012 is the 150th quad prime, and 150 is the 114th composite. And as you recall, the number of chapters in the Quran is 114. We also find out that 150 is the numerical value of the word Isa or Jesus, and the 19th frequency of the word Jesus is mentioned in chapter 19 of the Quran, is in 19 verse 34. And note also that the 19th frequency of the word Adam is in chapter 19 as well, and it is in verse 58 of chapter 19. And the sum of these two is 34 plus 58, which is equal to 92. And we'll see in the next slide why 92 is important. But anyway, so these are physical facts that we can actually look into. In this case, that from the 19th semi-prime, we are basically entering this new region of all of these mathematics that tells us about the validity of the Quran, and how strongly and how formidable this mathematics is. Verse 92 of chapter 19 states, "It is not befitting for the All-Gracious to beget a son." And this is the 19th frequency of the word Ar-Rahman, or the All-Gracious, in the Quran. And note that the numerical value of the word Muhammad is also 92. Okay, so furthermore, verse 92 is basically in Surah 19, mathematically tells us that 1992 was revealed through Muhammad. So what does it tells us? Okay, I mean, you just think about it a little bit, is that there were two feuding parties at that time. And so there were the Nazarenes and the Judeans, and they had different ideas of who Jesus was. One group was questioning the legitimacy of Jesus' birth, and namely the Judeans. On the other hand, another group of people went to the other extreme and claimed that Jesus was Son of God. And God in here tells us the truth, and he says, look, this is completely a different thing. None of you guys are right. Although it was a virgin birth of Jesus, but it was a completely different thing, because what happens is that he was not Son of God either. So actually nullifies both of these two narratives, and so this is the magnitude of this statement in 1992.